like got
Look
a
how cute he is,
pretty
though.
big nerf, like a pretty substantial nerf, and they still decide to pick it up. My thought though is that this is your 4 position. I thought Tiny was still going to be decent in the
Watch
4
watch the
position.
tree. Do we have like a proper draft on the screen?
No way. They see our
Look
faces.
at the bottom part of the branch on the tiny tree. That thing's wiggling.
It's yeah. Trees aren't completely rigid. You do know that, right? Have
This
you
thing
been
is supposed to be It's the
Ne-
only part of the tree that's wiggling, though.
Neff, have you been outside? Have you
It's
touched a tree before?
absolutely not. I'm a gamer. I
Yeah.
play video
You
games.
know there is some like sway in branches, right? They're not
So this is correct tree physics then.
yes. Branches sway in the wind.
This thing is moving in a very weird way. I'm distracting myself from the draft. I'm not changing the subject here because I'm embarrassed. Crystal Maiden last picked here by nouns. That is an interesting one. Explain this Crystal Maiden pick here, Ricky.
I don't have an answer for this one. This one is very weird. This
Okay.
is a hero that like we haven't really seen all that much. I think she got a slight buff in this patch. I'd have to double check the patch notes, but I think I remember her name popping up, even if it was something super minor. But
I believe it was. I could pull this one up right
yeah,
now.
I think it was super
But
minor.
it was their freezing field specifically. They increased the explosion damage radius by from 300 to 320. The movement speed slow inside her ultimate was increased from 30% to 40, and the cooldown was reduced from 110, 190 to 90 across all levels.
That's pretty good. That's actually a pretty
Yeah.
solid buff to the ult. Wow. Okay. So not
Yeah.
not insignificant. Basically, the
Mhm,
the AOE slow alone, that 40% is pretty huge.
mhm.
But I'm a little bit curious as to what like the general idea behind the CM here is, because it is kind of a weak lane hero in my opinion.
Mm.
Like this hero definitely struggles until you get multiple points in your arcane aura, so you can actually spam spells. But we'll
Now,
see.
we've been talking an awful lot about this Nans team and not enough about Hokori, by the way. They do have the man, the myth, the legend, El Misho, one of my favorite position fours inside the region.
Yep, very good Dota player.
Very good Dota player. But I'm not sure what he's going to be playing this game.
My bet's the Tiny, man. I think that's for Tiny. I don't think we're gonna see Tiny like one position much anymore, but Tiny as like a support, that like Avatos like repositioning hero, is still very much the same. Like that really hasn't changed much.
Yeah. Well, they're banning a position ones on the side of Noun, so they're fairly certain that it's going to be a support Tiny as well. Very least, they don't want to deal with this TB. Interesting if they're trying to get rid of the TP, though. I suppose it just plays decently into the CK. CK not really able to blow him up like he can a lot of other people, just due to the high armor.
I'm curious where these heroes are going on the side of Nouns, because right now you look at this, you see NP Chaos Knight. My
Mhm.
guess is that these are probably either your offlaner or safe lane, and we're looking for what would most likely be Gunner's hero here in the mid lane. But you
Mhm.
could run Nature's Prophet mid as well. I know Gunner has done that before, so they actually
Gunnar
have a
runs like a lot of heroes, man. He's got like a way more diverse mid hero pool than a lot of other people. I think he's one of the few that I see still run Lone Druid and Brewmaster
yeah.
in the mid lane.
The dude's just a gamer, realistically. In all honesty, like this dude just like plays everything.
Mhm. Uh, at the last of the reserve time here on Hokori, only have 10 seconds left to figure out what it is they're going to last pick. I'm fairly sure it's going to be a one tiny, and they're going to last pick El Misha's hero here.
No way. I can't imagine they would.
All right, I am completely wrong. It is a Spectre. This
Okay,
isn't somebody we've seen in
if you
a
don't
while.
snap Viper here, I don't know.
You think Viper's just too strong against everybody?
Look at the heroes. Spectre, Timbersaw, Mars. Is there ever been a better Viper game?
Yeah, last one.
You just go Nature's Prophet mid and take Viper off lane, and you completely ruin Spectre's ability to play the game. It's not banned. Like I double checked the bans like 4
All right, but
times.
where do you run this Viper?
You just run it off lane. Go in NP mid, Chaos Knight safe.
You think Moo's gonna go for Viper? Absolutely not. They pick up Undying instead. Where the hell is this going? What is this draft? Husky on the Crystal Maiden. Okay, that's fairly obvious. Z Freak on the Rubik. Moo position 3. Undying. Let's go. Moo is back, baby. I am excited. The man brought it when position 3 Spirit Breaker was uncommon. He's bringing back position 3 Undying. Ricky, are you not happy?
Why?
For entertainment.
But like, I guess he's wearing the
He's a man of
gladiator
the
set.
people.
He's wearing the gladiator set, you know?
Absolutely.
But
Man, I am excited to see me some Moo. Ooh.
there's no way. Why didn't you just pick Viper?
Because that would have been the easy way of doing things, Ricky. And Moo is a gamer.
Dude,
He
Moo must
games.
know something about Undying. Did they change this hero in this patch at all? So no, he actually got nerfed.
Yes, they nerfed
recently.
him. They reduced the cast range of his tombstone from 600 to 500. Let me double if they did anything else. Oh, they decreased his spawn interval. So it's used to be 2.5 seconds at level 4. Now it is 2.8 seconds. So they made it worse in 2 ways.
Okay,
But Moo is built different, is what you need to understand.
Okay. I mean,
he's going to make this one work.
Nouns is a great team. Don't get me wrong. But so is Hokori. And I can't imagine Hokori is going to not punish the heck out of this Undying.
I mean, these wins are very important. If for nothing else, and bragging rights at being at the top of the group and now needing to win their next couple of games to get themselves to the top of the group ahead of Wildcard. But they ended up tying, by the way, at a 1-1.
There's a beautiful Crystal Maiden set there by Husky.
Mm-hmm. So he's got that's the Arcana as well.
Yeah, Arcana plus the Immortal Staff and the like lineage gloves that came out, and then something else on the shoulders, which I don't know what they are.
Yeah, you were absolutely correct about Almisha, though. He's going to be playing position for Taddy. The man can make a lot of things happen. He's a creative gamer, so I'm excited to see what he's going to do with some of these like toss plays, so saving his allies or setting up kills on the enemies. The Spectre is like I think the biggest question mark for me. It is a very bold move for them to go for this one.
I've seen people like try picking this in pubs and stuff.
Discipline, guys.
And I'm pretty sure it's still really bad. Like, I'm pretty sure it's still very bad, but I could be wrong. Like, the only change was the change to dispersion, being slightly larger radius, right?
Your base HP regen is higher, so you can deal with harass a little bit better in the laning phase. And they increased your base agility by 2, so that means your base damage is up by 2 as well.
Okay. So...
You don't sound impressed.
I'm not. I'm very unimpressed.
Okay, and?
Whoa.
What?
It's Gunner on CK.
Oh my god, I was so focused on Moo. I mean, Moo has that effect on people. Yeah, it is going to be Gunner on
he's very
CK.
handsome.
What is he sending out right now? He's on his courier. Okay, he's getting extra items. He's still got the bottle queued up.
Yeah, I mean, it's Gunner. He's going to be going mid lane, but that means we're going to have Costabile playing Core Nature's Prophet, the exact same build, Rogue of Magi, plus triple Iron Branch, classic.
This is just the meta. Obviously, I wasn't kept in the loop. This is what people do now, but very clearly, this is what people do now.
Yeah, it is. It's definitely what people do now. It's very weird.
Not as weird as the Spectre pickup. The Spectre versus Undying lane down the bottom. If you told me this was going to happen, I would not have believed you.
Unless it's like reverse captain's mode, where you like intentionally put Spectre on someone's team.
You intentionally put Spectre position 1 on something? That is mean, man.
You're like, hey, buddy, guess what? You have to play Spectre 1. And the other team's like, oh, man, come on. Like, you know, like...
Yeah. You could make him play anything. The worst hero you could think of is somebody who's supposed to be position 1. Moo's taking some heavy punishment just to start this one out. It's decay level 1. I mean, you can do a lot of damage with this hero in position 3, but it sucks that Z-Freak wasn't here to help trade with them at the very beginning of the game.
Oh, Gardic? He's actually in a lot of trouble here. Wyvern is very slow.
385 movement speed compared to the 300 on the end. I mean, he's going to take like 200 damage here, maybe a little bit more than that. But he's definitely going to survive it. Like, you've already gone to this point in the Fade Bolt. He's not going to be able to lift you back and get extra auto attacks off with the telekinesis. He's just at a kind of awkward place in the trees. Like, I think what he does here is... Yeah, he got 2 sticks. So what he does here is he just like eats the tree on the left and then goes down, and he takes like 200 damage from the Undying hitting him twice and Z-Freak hitting him a bunch of twice and zapping with a Fade's Bolt. Well, elsewhere on the map, I mean, really not that much going on. The mid lane matchup with these two beefy boys and the strength heroes is kind of interesting, but there's not much kill potential going to happen here until like he hits level 3, I don't think. And Timbersaw, I think, is going to be just fine up here. CM is going to be like reasonable against it, especially with these 3 mangoes. I think you're afraid of CM's level 2 power spike. But outside of that, they will be fine. Yeah. I don't think Gardic even took 200 damage. He didn't throw a Fade Bolt there on Z-Freak.
Yeah, he didn't even bother attacking him.
Yeah. I mean, the range creep is still up. He probably wants to save this to drop on the range creep. To be able to secure a last hit.
Good point. Mars is getting beat down in the mid lane right now. He took a lot of damage.
Yeah. I mean, I guess that's why they ran this kind of unusual lineup.
This is the one thing about the Zoom. Sorry, not Zoomers. This is the one thing about this team, like Nouns, is that they have always done unorthodox drafts, and they tend to make them work.
Yeah.
It's one of their big strengths, for sure.
We have probably seen the craziest stuff casting these Pro Series out from Nouns when they under their old name. I am very happy to see our sponsor finally pick them up, give them some of the recognition they deserve. And they make these things work is the craziest part.
I'm still not sold on this offlane undying. I feel like
you will be.
They're making this game harder than it needed to be. Ooh, but we'll see.
Ended up missing that last hit there with the decay. Yeah, we will. I mean, I think this gets a little bit easier once you hit level 3. The Tombstone is something we have to be a little bit worried about, for sure. But up until he's got Soul Rip to heal the Tombstone up, if they decide to try to attack it, I think they're going to be okay on Hokori. He's taking a lot of damage. I mean, even Soul Rip off onto himself, yeah, huge boon. He has a lot of mana to work with in this lane, though. I do want to point out Husky ended up going for Arcane Aura at level 2. Moo? Yeah, he's fine. He's fine.
Very close to being the opposite of fine. Gardic pulled back into the Tombstone. Very nice bait there, and they're actually going to just chase Yuma here, as he's still got a couple of those zombies on him, so.
Yeah, he took him off.
Very nicely done.
Yep. Oh, man baited him out. Well played there.
I really thought Moo was going to die there.
Well. I mean, the Moo's built different. We've been over this, man.
That's true, that's true.
Yep. Top lane, Amisho tosses Husky back into the Timbersaw, but I'm not sure they have enough follow-up for this one. He's gone Chakram instead of Timber Chain. Sorry, Whirling Death instead of Timber Chain. Can't chase him down. Not much kill threat down in the bottom lane until he's got this Tombstone back up. But what I was going to touch on before was the Ring of Basilius and the Arcane Aura they have to work with, which allows them to spam their spells like crazy down here. So I think whenever they walk up, like Z-Freak is just going to zap him with a Fade Bolt.
Spare me the tears.
At least I imagine that's what's going to happen. Moo, there's a chance to try to run him down here, but
no Tombstone quite yet. But
yep.
He's still got the decays.
Yeah, he's gone second point into decay, by the way. So interesting that he goes for this instead of the Soul Rip, especially if he's in position 3. I'd imagine that he'd max out the Soul Rip first, but I guess he just wants to keep his Spectre's HP low. Also,
just the Tombstone scaling is pretty good. Like, getting that lower spawn intervals is pretty solid, but Z-Freak's just applying pressure onto Yuma as much as possible. Moo's gonna get his salve interrupted there.
Denied.
Yeah. Decays increases HP regen and will be able to heal a reasonable amount, though, so it looks like they're gonna back up. Misho getting chased down by Gunner at the moment, by the way.
He's fast, though.
Putting in work.
They just profit the TP in, though. Goes to Bile.
Yoinks.
Mine, thank you.
Don't mind if I Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Sometimes you just gotta, remind your mid laner who their real carry is.
Yeah, the position 1.
I'm sorry, Gunner. I see that you've ran all the way across the map here for this kill. But what you didn't realize is you ran all the way across this map to give me this kill.
I ran across for my kill.
It's like Misho's rotated bottom. He's only level 1 here on this Tiny.
It's the only level Misho needs, man. Everyone else needs the
there's your Tombstone
3-level handicap one.
Hold that. Gardic gonna have to just focus down that Tombstone, but he's taking so much damage in the process. Moo just collapse him with 12 bonus strength there from that decay. I don't think they're gonna be able to get Yuma, but
No, he's all out of mana, so he's not able to dive him under the tower. But he was off to an excellent start right now. 2100 net worth. I mean, struggling as far as actually not even struggling that bad as far as last hits go. Mena's dominating on this pause 3 Undying.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I know Undying is a strong lane hero. That's not up for debate. What's up for debate is whether or not this hero can scale as a core, right? And I think that's one of the things that people have been trying to make happen for a bit, but it just hasn't kind of worked out.
Yeah, mid lane. Oh, Goddick was trying to set up onto the gunner there, but didn't end up connecting with that Splinter Blast. He has grabbed the Arcane Rune though. Analog's hit his level 6, and he's rotating into the enemy team's jungle to refill his bottle with this one, so he'll have enough mana to look for a kill.
He's got
it
Soul
looks
Ring
like
as
he
well.
wants to turn this. Yeah, it's coming out to him at the moment, anyways. And it looks like he's trying to turn this to a kill up in the top lane that goes to Belay. They pinged this one out though. Husky's noticed it, and now he's playing just super far back. So heads up play there by the side of Nouns. Instead, Hokori going to go for the. It almost looked like they were wanting to set up here down the bottom lane. I mean, Elmisho's coming in, but with just him and Spectre, it's not enough to secure anything.
Well,
looks like they want to put some pressure on the tower, actually. They have the catapult with them, but these creeps are sitting at pretty low HP. They might just drop the tombstone in order to help secure this. Goes to Belay, comes down here as well. Yeah, they're going all in for this one.
El Misho, quick little toss back, an avalanche. So he's going to survive, but like you said, 5 heroes to the bottom lane. They'll grab themselves this first tower, and this makes a lot of sense, right? Like, you have the Nature's Prophet, you have to be able to take these objectives before the side of Hokori can, and Vitalia will finally start wailing away onto the top tower, but big win for Nouns to start this one out.
It was a clever rotation as well. It's not like they traded for anything either elsewhere on the map. Z-Freak's going to TP up to the top lane when they've already set up on Hokori, though. I'm not sure he's actually going to be able to defend from this. He could put himself at risk, but Vitaly is at 2 low mana to get on top of Z-Freak or throw out these Chakrams. So
he's
I guess
just
Z-Freak
pulling the
noticing
wave,
that.
though. So it's really smart. Like, he's pulled the creep wave back, and he might die to Analog here. There should be an arena coming out. Yeah, nice telekinesis from Z-Freak. Just going to try and waste a little bit of their time, but Analog does end up getting the kill anyway, so...
no one was going to come over there to assist Z-Freak.
What is it?
No one was coming up there to assist Z-Freak. I'm surprised the Analog moved all the way across the map to try and find that kill off in the position 4, but it ends up being a good move for Hokori. They're going to get this tier 1. They get the Rubik as well. Wow. Z-Freak thought he was safe. Pushed his luck a little bit too much there.
Well, they finally do trade on towers, but it is a pretty good amount of space made for this side of the Nouns. Like, they've been able to kind of farm up a little bit on this Nature's Prophet. Gardic mid lane. He's going to be just fine. Cold Embrace, of course.
Yep. Walk himself away now. All right. Let's get a check on how everyone is doing as far as net worth state of this game goes. I mean, Spectre... pretty far forward. This is actually incredibly dangerous. Look how far forward Yuma is up in the top lane. I wanted to check him as far as net worth and whatnot goes, but it is a dangerous territory. He's, in fact, walking right into an enemy observer ward as well. Man is at such huge risk right now. He's playing against the Nature's Prophet.
So Undying Tombstone was used to try and farm Ancients and the hard camp. Actually did manage to farm a decent chunk of it, but it was actually scouted out here by Hokori, and they will use that to find the kill here on the Coast of Belay. So ends up being a really sick rotation there from Hokori.
No. I guess that's why they figured that he's able to play that deep. He just sees him trying to deal with the Ancient, so he goes, pushes all the way to the tier 2 in the top lane and then farms the jungle afterwards, and he manages to find a kill with that haunt.
Didn't Decay at some point used to do like less damage to creeps as well?
I mean, it felt like that because it didn't do the strength bonus, but I don't think it's ever done less damage to creeps. The ability that used to do that is Stifling Dagger. Stifling Dagger and Sleight of Fist, but they've slowly been removing things like that that do like unique damage to creeps versus heroes.
Yeah, I was wondering if Moo was going to go for like max Tombstone, but he's actually just got 4 points Decay.
Yeah. I mean, a little bit surprised that he doesn't have any points in the Soul Rip here, but Tombstone's a very good ability at the moment. And he's actually going for the Aghanim Shard at 15 minutes. I'm super interested in this build.
The shard is sick, man. Like, the
I don't
Flesh
know why
Golem is like one of the strongest abilities in the entire game.
Yeah, I'm interested. The cooldown reduction on that is pretty nice. The zombie spawning on attack is pretty sick as well. I'm interested in seeing how effective this thing is. Yeah. Because you're way tankier in your Flesh Golem form as well. Like,
Yeah.
This ability has always been pretty insane. I don't know what to think of it. I imagine if Moo's going for it, it's going to be pretty sick. He might have to get an item before this Aghanim Shard because he's got the gold for it and he's still 4 minutes off being able to buy it. Bottom lane.
Yeah, looks like they're going to find El Misho there. He was trying to hobble away, but nice rotation from Husky. He's going to help secure the kill. Moo, typical carry contribution, just walks in, says yoinks. Mine, thank you. But he's actually, you know, not like for an Undying. This hero is not a hero that farms super well. He's actually doing okay. Like, he's sticking with the pack.
Yeah, I imagine he's going to continue to do so as well. I mean, if he gets the decay talent at level 10, like, it is a lot of damage this does to creeps. Husky gets gone on. I mean, you've committed Arena for this one. I actually think nouns are perfectly okay with this.
Yeah. Do you think you go decay damage over Tombstone cooldown at 10?
I mean, if he's playing position 3, then this is your farming ability. Because that 55 doubles. It's 110 extra damage to creeps.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
That's
we'll
pretty
see,
good.
Though. I'm not used to seeing this in position 3, so...
Otherwise, it goes to a 55-second cooldown on Tombstone.
Yeah.
30-second
Which is
duration.
also pretty amazing.
Yeah.
But do you really care about the Tombstone cooldown if you're just summoning zombies on hits with the Flesh Golem and Aghanim Shard? Well, again, we will see. Is he flying out to himself at the moment? That's an Ogre Axe. Is just rushing BKB? Yeah. Power treads BKB. I gotta try this. This looks pretty sick. Talk about Hokori, though. I mean, Blink Dagger finished up now on El Misho. This is something he's working on. Excellent timing for position 4.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, Analog's got his as well, obviously, that we've already seen. So, double Blink Initiator is very important. Gardic just level 7 on the Wyvern, who's just been able to kind of de-push the lanes. And then...
Dude. They can't connect with Moo. He realized something was up here, and he gets back underneath his tower. Gamer moves.
Even out as well.
Yeah, they catch vision of him for a moment here.
Yeah,
the question is if it's worth diving him under the tower. You could block the tower shots with the arena if you set it up just right, and it looks like that's what they're going to try to do.
Yeah, toss out. And there's the arena, the spear, the triple TP as a response. Ghost of Beli's still alive, and he's relatively tanky. But Winter's Curse now onto the Undying. They've managed to all survive. He drops a tombstone. They're looking for something, but they don't find it. They all leave. How did Mars get out, by the way? Did you just instantly TP?
Yeah, that is exactly what he did. He's just like, all right, we are not killing this guy. I am out.
Uh-oh. El Misho went in to try and take down Moo. Ends up regretting that one. I mean, if he got the kill, it would have been sick, but just barely survives thanks to the raindrops.
Yeah. Moo gets back to base. I mean, this Nature's Prophet was incredibly tanky. Goes to Beli, I think, realized something was up. That's why he was that far back. But just not enough damage to put into him. I think he was on Strength Threads at the time. He had Ogre Axe as well. He had Raindrops. Like, this hero's stat growth rate is pretty insane as well.
Yeah. One of the highest stat growth rate heroes in the game.
It is the highest.
Is it overall. The highest? I thought it was like number 2, but maybe it is the highest.
Pardon me?
I was thinking it was like number 2, but I guess it might. I was being conservative with my estimate.
Yeah. Oh, you know, when Costa Beli plays, it's number 1. Let's be real here.
Smoke up from nouns. Head into the enemy jungle here, see what they can find. You do have to worry about the Blink Dagger on Analog. Do they have anything of their own to start the fight with? I mean, it's just going to be Crystal and Maiden, honestly. They will get vision of Analog here for the moment. They drop the ward up on the high ground. Z-Freak here as well. It's going to be El Misho on the backside. That's going to be the unfortunate soul.
Yeah. Dude, now, you're not that concerned about El Misho going down here. What you are worried about is the fact that they've set up under your mid-tier 1. They're going to try to defend this one. I mean, Splinter Blast has come out. You do have Winter's Curse to work with here, along with the Fortify. But you are hard committed for this one on downs.
You've also got to consider the arena as well. Like, there's a lot of different things that they can use. And they're going to bring Vitaly in as well. And I think that's going to be the sign of it's time to leave. I don't think you can push anymore.
Yeah, they back off now. I mean, the fact that this game is slowed down at moments like this is very good for Yuma on the Spectre. I'm just not sure Spectre is this powerhouse in the late game that it used to be.
You just buy Silver Edge. Problem solved.
Yeah. You do have the Manta style completed now. This is like one of your boxes tick for taking Roshan, but unfortunately for you, Nad's already in the pit. They make such quick work of this.
That's the second time Husky's been solo arena'd, and I'm pretty sure he's very happy about that.
I mean, again, that's space created right there, baby.
Tanky on the Undying, but he's in a lot of trouble, and Analog just going to clean him up easily here as Vitaly's now taking his second kill onto the Rubik. Looking for more here behind the tier 1 tower, but not going to find it.
Managed to get themselves this this tier 1 tower in the mid lane, despite Nouns grabbing themselves the Aegis, taking that Roche fight. Losing on Dying is pretty unfortunate, so XP, gold, swinging the way of Hokori off for that team fight. Things have been relatively even prior. But we see finally more than a 1,000 net worth lead for one of these two teams for the first time this game, and positives are coming out. Analog, it looks like something's wrong. He's going to need a little bit of time, but we can break down the state of this game. The state of the Spectre, because we have barely had any time to talk about it. I was trying to, just before that Roche fight broke out. I mean, Manta style completed. You're near the top of the net worth, so you're doing pretty well for yourself on this hero.
Yeah, I mean, like, I look at this game right now, and Hokori's actually in a really good spot. Even though I think the Nouns draft is slightly better, just because of, like, my bias against Spectre, I honestly think Hokori are in a really good spot to move this game in their favor.
Is it that you're biased towards Spectre, or are you more biased towards Undying in position 3? Do you think this isn't going to scale, or what?
Yeah, I think this Undying position 3 is going to lose them the game. Like, realistically.
Even though it's Moo?
Yeah, I don't think it matters who's playing it. I want to be proven wrong, because I love people, like, doing new things, definitely off meta. But I don't see on this Undying, like, farming well, to be honest.
I am going to laugh at you when Moo proves you wrong. It's going to be sick.
Analog mid lane. Phantasm comes out. Husky with the wraparound. There's going to be the freezing field. Okay, is the game just lagging super hard for you?
That's just you lagging.
Oh, no, that was the server lagging.
I could definitely hear you lagging on Discord, my friend.
Awkward.
What can you do?
It's my internet just
You were
decided
robot mode. And the question, is the game just lagging? You sounded like a robot. It's very funny.
Very cool.
Sick team fight there, though. I mean, very little chance you're able to fight into now. They're setting up on a location there, so Mars ends up going down, still a ways away from his BKB. He's farming pretty slow this game. Now 17 minutes into the game, and he's only sitting at 7.2k net worth. So I imagine his team's going to make him a little bit of space, but now his foot on the gas. They've got these greater treants knocking away at your tier 2 tower down in the bottom lane. And this is going to make quick work of this. Gunner's pretty hard committed as well. They figure, all right, they've already used
big smoke from Hokori. They got Vision of Costa Bile, and they will use it to find themselves a very quick start to this fight. The question is, can they get more? Big Tombstone on the high ground here. Flesh Golem as well doing work. There's going to be the winner's curse. It's onto the Undying, and he is dead. Removed from the fight right away. Gunner hobbling away with the armlet toggle, doing some work, but gets popped anyway by this Timber Saw. Spear stolen by Zfreak. Will pin him down, but again, it's the Tombstone. It's doing work. The rest of these heroes, though, not wanting to fight around it. Cold Embrace going to top Vitaly off, getting so much health back, and Analog's coming back in. There's going to be the freezing field from Husky. Analog, you can't get away from this. The spear comes through, takes him down, and Gunner will lose his second life as they now will lose Crystal Maiden, surrounded by 4. A disastrous fight here for Nouns.
Yeah. And Zfreak TP's up into the top lane after that. I mean, I thought this Tombstone would put in a little bit more work than it did there, but the Spectre, the Timbersaw, doing a lot of damage to these heroes, cleaning them up, and you now have a Spectre problem, and it's about to get worse. Once this guy has his Aghanim Scepter, he's able to get on top of you anywhere you are on the map at like a 40-second cooldown. It's super sick. Yeah, the Tombstone, I thought it would put in a lot more damage, but they managed to dodge that one out successfully there on the core, just walk away from it. And they don't have any heroes that are great at forcing you into a location on the side of Nouns, unfortunately. Maybe if they had something like a Tidal or a Mars on their side, it'd be easier. But I think that's the weakness of this Undying. It's not that the hero's not an amazing position 3, but you need a position 3 like hero to help set up the Tombstone being good.
Dude, I am just lagging, apparently. What is this?
Hello?
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I'm just lagging, I guess.
Yeah. I heard something come out all at once. It scared me. It scared me.
No, it's all right. I'm pretty sure my internet just is deciding to not work. So, rip all stream watchers. You guys aren't gonna be able to see any of this now.
Unlucky. That's
Bottom
right.
tier 2 tower.
Beat down of this tower.
Oh, he's gonna get it. Nice deny.
Yeah. Sick play there. Tried to get the reality ripped off, but he gets away right now on Vitaly. He has all out of mana. They don't want to fight into this, and Misho dropping that avalanche allows him to get away. But again, they're taking control of the tempo of this game again on Nouns. They grab this tier 2 tower. I think they'll turn their eyes mid next. Maybe go up to the top lane. I see no reason for Costa Bile not to try to backdoor this one. So it might be what he goes to do next after Nature's calls off of cooldown. You want to be able to set up around this next Roche pit. 3 minutes from now, you want to take down this tier 2 in the mid lane. You want the outpost, and you want that tier 1 top as well. Finally cleaning up these tier 2 neutral items on heroes on both the team. Brigand's Blade found by the Spectre. That is a big one. And just before you get your Aghanim Scepter as well, it's only 150 gold off of this one. So Yuma might just be making the Spectre work, man. 2-0 and 5 right now.
Yeah, I mean, he's farming, man. And I mean, Spectre is always going to be a late game menace, right? That's never changed. The problem is that her lane stage recently has been so bad that, like, there was almost no reason to ever pick this hero. But I guess when you pick an offlane Undying, you can get away with it.
Yeah. It just plays a little bit slow. You don't have much lockdown. It comes in. I'm waiting for this to pop off, though. He's got his BKB coming out now on Moo, and this is what was slowing him down in the team fights. He's getting controlled up a little bit too much. No longer going to be as big of an issue with his BKB.
They just like Winter's Curse him is the thing, right? Like, that's all they're doing. They just like they just pop Winter's Curse on the Undying and he just dies.
So you think armor is the issue?
I mean, there's a lot of issues. Yeah, you definitely need armor.
I want you to say one positive thing about Moo on this Undying, okay?
He's definitely wearing a great cosmetic. I'll give him that. It's a good one.
Thank you. Thank you, Ricky.
Oh, Spectre's gonna go ahead and be the Spectre. They just immediately take down Rubik at the start of the fight. The avalanche, the toss, Undying is dead. Husky channeling that freezing field off on the side, falls as well. It's gonna be Costa Bile who comes in at the end. Winter's Curse to cancel, and Nouns just wiped completely. I mean, you don't get the Chaos Knight, but 4-0, and it wasn't even close.
Yeah, they baited out Undying there. I was homing in on him at the beginning of that team fight, but he got sat down at like half HP, didn't pop his BKB quite yet when the arena came out. And then right when that happens, and he's at like in that kill threshold lane range, El Mijo blinks in, toss avalanche, finishes him off. Never managed to pop that BKB. They ripped apart. Now 3K net worth advantage for the side of Hokori. Thankfully, there's no objectives they're really able to take in this time. Roshan's still dead, so. And you're playing on Hokori's side of the map, so announced if they were going to lose a team fight, they're in a decent position for it. But they do have the better late game, in my opinion. This Spectre is an issue. And he's working on this Eye of Scotty next. BKB now completed on the Mars as well. Lets him play even further forward.
I mean, I don't really know what you do now, like on this Undying anymore. Like,
I mean, he's going to have a big impact in these team fights if you get on top of these heroes, but he's now needing to solve these problems. Like, again, the lack of armor means that he's melting to this the Spectre illusion or the burst damage coming out from the Mars. And he needs armor, but he's working on a Blink Dagger so he actually get on top of people and hit them with the Flesh Golem. You're gonna need a couple of things for this one to come online. and he can get there. The issue is, you know, if Hokori are going to be stronger by the time he does get there. And right now, they're very lucky that it was a late Roshan respawn, so they get an opportunity to sit up inside the enemy team's jungle while Hokori are kind of loitering around the pit.
Vitaly has Ags already on this Timbersaw.
Yes, he's working on his Aghanim Shard next, so he's just trying to pump out as much damage as he can on this hero. This Kaiosonj Aghanim Scepter Aghanim Shard build is full DPS, no survivability. Or very little survivability anyways.
Well, they are smoked up, getting ready to go. They're going to walk onto the high ground. It's going to be analog here on the CK. BKB comes out from Gunner. They pin down the Rubik. Tombstone comes through, trying to keep Z-Freak alive. It's not going to happen, but again, they just walk away from this Tombstone. Gardic in a little bit of trouble here as Moo's going to try and chase him down. Gunner in trouble. Just getting completely controlled up here by the Timbersaw, but it's going to be Yuma now coming in with that ultimate, trying to split this one up. Gunner able to armlet toggle through a lot of it, but the toss on over, they finally get the kill. The zombies in pursuit, but I don't know if they're going to be able to actually stay on top of them. TP in from Husky does manage to find Yuma. Elicit a bait. Oh my goodness, they just jaunt right on over. Costa Bile's dead. Moo is all alone. And Vitaly's coming through as well. It's just a triple kill for Yuma. They just all die.
Yeah, able to walk away from that Tombstone. And, you know, you struggle to get on top of any of these heroes. You don't have enough lockdown, it feels like. You're trying to stay on top of them, and they just walk away. And unfortunately for them, 6 seconds until Roshan respawns. 2-1. Oh, you hate to see it. They go outside the pit. They would have been able to clear that one up very fast for the Spectre, courtesy of this double damage and the Mantis tile. The DD just outside. He's going to go back in. Oh. Yeah, he finds it. And he's going to pop this Manta, and it's going to do very quick work with this Roshan. Thanks to the fact that Desolate does do full damage to Rosh. We used to see this one a lot about a year ago when Spectres picked up more.
Yeah, you just go Manta and you just get free Rosh.
Yep. There it is. It is going their way, and just about has the gold for this Eye of Scotty as well. Once this one's completed, you're slowing down these heroes, you're reducing the regen that they're getting. I'm not sure how Nouns are going to be able to fight into them anymore. I mean, again, it feels like you always need one more item on some of these Nouns heroes, but the late game against Spectre is not pretty.
I mean, they're just... this draft is so weird, because this mid lane CK doesn't really do anything in these fights either, because it's into the... Like, there's this Timbersaw who just controls you up completely with an Aghanim Scepter. And then you have this Undying who, I don't know. It just feels like Nouns here wanted to try something new, and it may not be working out for them here. So.
Huh? The recovery isn't amazing, but you can't keep in mind that, you know, they do have position 1 Nature's Prophet. If they want to dodge to try to split push this map, they're 100% able to. Like, Costa Bila can just dodge for ages and continue to put pressure on. Even though if you have a net worth advantage, you take amazing team fights, you could just get out-ratted by Costa Bila. So, win condition is still there, even if they are getting melted inside their own jungle right now.
Yuma comes in with the Haunt, trying to do what he can. Moo. I mean, he's just hobbling away. He can't do anything.
Analog, gonna stop Moo
kill
from
for Yuma.
escaping.
I mean,
a lot of zombies,
a high ground Tombstone, I guess, but yeah, it doesn't seem to be working out too well now for the side of Nouns, as they are now 11,000 gold behind.
Yeah, game is rough at this point. I mean, at the very least, Nature's Prophet is still on the map, and he's doing dam control right now. Routing up this top tier 1 tower. He's going to clear this one pretty easily. So, unfortunately, you're eventually going to be faced with overwhelming strength from the side of Hokori. Just run down your tier 2. They grab that one while Nature's Prophet is doing his thing up in the top lane. But Gunner just going to try and TP out. Spear going to cancel it, and he is dead. Cannot get away from Yuma at all. This is rough.
Shadow Step pretty good.
Yuma. Yeah, 12-0-7 at the moment. I mean, this Shadow Step, the question is if it shuts down this Nature's Prophet. It makes it annoying because if you get the same sort of deal that we saw earlier today with this Spirit Breaker, right? You just can't show yourself. Be that target for the Shadow Step. which
That's
makes
the
you
thing.
push a
It's
little
like
bit slower.
if you just pick a hero that shuts down the Spectre in the lane, I feel like this game is pretty easy for you. But your off lane is about to be passed by both teams' 4 positions.
I feel like we did reasonably well in the lane, but I don't think he did well enough. Is the issue. He did a great bait onto the enemies and to pull them back, and found himself an okay amount of farm. But again, this Undying role at this point, we now run into that issue that you were talking about, where, like, yes, the hero feels pretty good, but you don't have anything to hold people in place. So you've given up like a Tide Hunter or like Underlord sort of deal. Somebody who can hold the enemies down and pump out a reasonable amount of damage when you're playing from behind. This isn't going to hold the high ground nearly as well as some of these other offlaners.
I feel like it's just Viper. Like, Viper was just such a good pick this game.
Yeah, but Viper would have been boring. I would have had no
true.
respect for nouns if they picked Viper. Lots of respect for the Undying pick.
Shadow Step on over. Gunner just getting absolutely just dominated by Yuma's Spectre here. Almost completely soloed. Yuma is in deep here and without mana. But he's still got that Aegis for another minute, so it looks like he does not really care all that much. Spear comes out from Analog, manages to find the Spectre. Shadow Step on over. This is the full hunt. He's gonna look for more. Now Moo trying to hobble away here on this Undying. He pops the BKB, but Yuma just doesn't care.
Ends up going down. Yuma, I mean, even if he does go down, all he does is loses Aegis, go back to full HP and mana. Courier's cleaned up at the very least. Nice pick off there by Elmisha. He's just doing his thing down here on the bottom side of the map. Is he?
He has an AC.
What is he working on? He has an AC. This position 4 Tiny has an AC.
Yep.
And he's working on Aghanim Shard next. Yeah, he decides he's going to be a core hero now.
Not that they need to. Husky's like 5th arena of the game.
Yeah. They're going to tear through the tower very quickly. Dragon Scale, Flamethrower, and Spectre on top of it with the illusions. They've got no way to prevent this one. With Nature's Prophet down, you can't try to trade elsewhere on the map or force anybody back. At the very least, they're not going to be able to secure themselves mega creeps as the tier 2 is still standing up in the top lane, but I'm not sure how they fight into this.
I don't think there's anything you can do to stop them from just ending the game. Z-Freak bottom lane here, goes down, gets a pin onto the Tiny, but it's not going to be enough. They're turning the attention on over to the Mars. Winter's Curse onto the Undying once again as he just gets absolutely melted. Now Yuma Shadow Steps on over to the NP, kills him in just a matter of seconds. The GG comes out, and that is it. Game 1. Absolute domination here from Hokori.
Yeah. They managed to close this one out. Yuma finishes the game with this Aghanim Shard flying out to him. You're not going to be able to tell that he's not playing a carry Tiny this game if you were to look. But Hokori victory for game number 1 here. Nouns. Gonna have to rethink their draft. I mean, it looked great at first, but then Hokori just kept dodging them in these team fights. You play at the Tombstone, then they just end up walking away, right?
It looked great, you say, huh?
Hey, man, I'm down to see creative builds. I think Moo is an innovator, and he should get credit for that.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna say, like, pretty bluntly, I think this game was just like absolutely thrown in draft, and they had like a less than 1% chance to win. Like, that's how bad I thought this game was. Like, I actually can't stand that they have last pick and they last picked an Undying here. I like, obviously, like, there's always times to try new things, and I think that's usually, you know, what scrims are for. But when you're actually competing for upper bracket right now in this tournament, it's like kind of a big deal. Like, just pick the heroes that, you know, win you the game. And to me, offlane Undying does not feel like one of those heroes. But I'd love to be proven wrong one of these days, but definitely not in this game.
I mean, mix things up for sure. The Chaos Knight over in the mid lane, it felt kind of underwhelming compared to a Spirit hero as well. But maybe they clean things up for game number 2, go back to something more traditional, or maybe they mix things up even more and throw Hokori for a loop. I don't know.
We'll see. They got to do something drastic. They definitely have to change their game plan here for game number 2. But before we do that, Neff, you know what wonderful time of the evening it is?
It's time to talk about my sponsor.
What do you mean your sponsor? You mean the tournament sponsor? My
sponsor, because they gave me this amazing headset in order to tell you guys about it.
Yeah, please do tell us. How's the headset? Have you actually had to charge it yet?
I have not.
Unbelievable.
I know I was off this for a week, and I was doing the CN DPC regional finals. But again, this thing says it at 300 hours of battery life, and it has not proved me wrong yet. I'm thinking probably like 150 hours or so into use on this thing. I do turn it off when I'm done using my computer at the end of the day, but I am on it an awful lot. It is incredibly comfortable as well. You were actually talking about it when you took yours out of the box today. I don't have sensitive ears. Nobody call me sensitive ear boy, but if I did, the memory foam on this thing would be amazing if I have sensitive ears, which I don't.
Are you sure about that, sensitive ear boy?
Cut it out, man. Not on
Yeah,
air.
it's pretty cool. Big shout out to HyperX, honestly, for sponsoring the tournament. It's super cool of them. We really do appreciate it. But we also do have a little discount coupon for those of you in the United States. You can get 20% off MSRP and free shipping. The code, as you can see, is BTS Alpha WL. There's a link that's been probably spammed in chat by the bot, as well as a banner below the stream that you can see, which will give you there. But there's also one more thing, Neff. Do you know what it is?
What? Do we have to talk about the sponsored name, the HyperX Cloud Alpha Wireless? Because I forgot to do that.
No, it's a giveaway, man. It's a giveaway. BTS.gg/Pro Series giveaway. You have a chance to win that Cloud Alpha wireless headset that Neph is sporting, as well as maybe some BTS merch. You have until May 29th to do it. Again, U.S. residents only. Sorry, everybody
I can't
else.
do it.
Yeah, you suck, Neph.
I would like another headset for my roommate.
But yeah,
especially if it's free and I can enter a giveaway.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. If you guys have any questions, make sure to at Neph. He can tell you all about his experience wearing the headset. It's been good stuff. But
this thing actually is amazing.
Yeah, it's a pretty sick headset, I'll be honest. I agree. We got to go to a quick break, though. We got one game left here tonight. It is Nouns versus Hokori Game number 2 here on the BTS Pro Series Season 11. We'll see you in a bit.